How's it going, everyone? Merciless Vaughn here again with another Bleach Brave Souls video, and this one is going to be another versus video. This time it's going to be Cang versus the Parasail Burn the Witch Macy. And so yeah, we're going to just go ahead and put these two up together to see who comes out on top. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, you have been here for a while, subscribe and help me get to 300 subscribers. I am making my way there. And with all that said, let's go ahead and jump into it. So we can just take a quick look at the unit, starting with the Cang. I won't go into detail too much about these units just because I did in his initial showcase in the previous versus video I did. But I guess the most notable things you should know about this unit, he is a speed hollow killer unit with a new type of soul trait, which is the status and spiritual pressure boost plus 40%. So if you link this unit with any character, really, they will have the status element spiritual pressure boost plus 40%, which is really good. Unfortunately, I only do have the one copy, so that SP is at level 10. Take a quick look at his skills. Melee unit with frost on all of his attacks except his SA2, which has the barrier effect. He does have the gauge, which gives him sprinter plus 2, frenzy plus 1. He is immune to poison. He starts off his missions with 70% of his gauge filled and strong attack recharge 30% when he activates his gauge. This unit does have the gauge rampage skill, frenzy plus 2, so when your gauge is active, you do have frenzy plus 3, which is really good. And he does have damage to frozen enemies 40% and the multi-barrier plus 2, marauder. And also he has my two favorite combination of skills, which is the increased status element chance skill and the spiritual pressure boost. These two skills together just make for insane damage, and since he already has 80% with his soul trait, he's getting 120% spiritual pressure boost, which is good. And yeah, his damage will be a lot more consistent with this skill than other characters that don't have the increased status element chance. And also having the barrier effect, the barrier effect will help out, just, you know, take some hits, and with the gauge effect giving him frenzy plus 3, this unit is going to be hitting very, very hard. As for the build for this unit, it is going to be the Cape Fastener, Fortification Pill, Quincy Cross, character links, a couple strong attack recharge time minus 12% and full stamina damage boost links, and this Shinji with full stamina damage boost plus 30%. And as for the bonus abilities, full stamina damage boost and the plus 200 SP. That's going to be it for the Cang. Now moving on to the Macy. I've done multiple videos on this unit, her initial showcase, 5 out of 5 max percent video, and other versus videos. But what we can look at real quick is she is a speed no affiliation unit with the no affiliation squad 0 killer. 2 killers on any unit is good. And I did take off the bonus stats just because I do only have the one copy of the Cang, so I just left this slot empty because you can't really take it off anyways. Soul trait strong attack recharge time minus 12%. She is a ranged unit with paralysis and weakening on all of her abilities. She does have sharpshooter, have a 20%. Speed strong attack recharge 20%, so every time you move in between stages, your strong attacks cooldowns will get a 20%, you know, boost. Frenzy plus 2, defibrillator plus 5 seconds, damage to her status elements 40%, and the status element spiritual pressure boost. And now again, in this video, we will see a major difference between how often the Cang will proc his boost, while the Macy might not proc it as often as the Cang will. So just another showcase as a reason why the increased status chance should be on most units with the spiritual pressure boost, just to give them more consistency. And as for the build for this unit, Kamari, Fortification Pill, Katakoran. Since they are both speed units, they will be using the same links. But for the bonus abilities, it will be full stamina damage boost, and I will be quickly changing this to the plus 200 SP. Go ahead and use these resources since I have a decent amount of them. And there we go. So those are both of the unit's skills, accessories, character links, bonus abilities. Let's go ahead and jump into some content to see what they can do. So here we are in a co-op IT. Do keep in mind that it is Soul Reaper enemies this time around, so this Macy will not have killer. She's not immune to any status elements, so we do have to watch out for these status elements on the ground here. Actually, neither one of the units will have killer, so none of them will really be at their, just their best. But this Macy does have the tracking SA2 strong attack, which is a really good strong attack. It just kind of groups up the enemies and just moves them around the map. Took a hit, we died. Oh crap. Yeah, just gonna have to play it very carefully. Since she doesn't have killer and she's not immune to anything. We do have our spiritual pressure boost up, which is good. Died again. One of these days I'll be good at video games and I'll stop dying all the time. We'll do another run anyways, so I'll try to play better in the next run. We are proccing her spiritual pressure boosts pretty often, so that's really lucky. Lost our full stem there. Another bad thing about this unit is she has no way of healing. Me personally, with my playstyle, I just like some form of healing on my units. That's just, the way I like to play. We'll use our soul bomb here and see what happens. I think if we had our full stem there, we might have gone through that second wave of enemies. Alright, so we're back in here with another run. I will try to play a lot more carefully this time, and I took a look at the Macy's status element. Anyways, I took another son of a gun. What I'm trying to say is I took a look over the Macy's skills again, and she does have weakened defense. So if you do put weakened defense on this unit, it will stack with the one she does have built into her kit. So her soul bomb will do even more damage. So if I kept the weakened defense on her, even without full stem, we might have been able just to clear that last room in IT. Trying to play it safe. Took some hits. On this stage, maybe get some HP. No bonus stage. Oh, we're just gonna have to go with it like this. And so yeah, this unit is just a glass cannon. She deals lots of damage, but she just has no way to protect herself. I mean, when you inflict a status element, you will paralyze the enemies, which will stop them from moving, and you will deal the increased damage to them. But besides that, just her inflicting status elements won't be all that consistent. But for these runs, it has been. We've been luckily just proccing it a lot often. Alright, so we're back in the IT run. This time we're going to be using the Cang Dune, and now since we do have the multi-barrier skill on our SA2, we will have some protection. Though we still have to be mindful of the status elements because he's only immune to poison, not fire. And he does have the Hollow Killer, so he will not have killer in the Soul Reaper IT. And we're not doing too bad here. It's mostly because the Dugs in here are just basically actually playing the game. Most times we are like just carrying IT runs, people will just not do anything. But overall, still doing pretty good. I'm in a bad position right now, so I might want to move. Took some hits there. We are proccing our spiritual pressure boost quite often, but not to mention the Macy was actually doing the same thing. So I guess we got lucky enough to where, you know, just a unit without the increased status element chance will just proc it a lot. Usually any other time for me, it just won't. I can just go ahead and his soul bomb won't actually go through a lot of the waves of this last room, but we'll still use it anyways. Alright, so here we are with the last run for this video, and I will try to play well and make sure I don't take a hit, because I don't think I really managed to stay at full stam long enough to actually show off what the characters can do. But I'll give my overall thoughts after this run, but I do like the Cang do a lot more just because he does have that multi-barrier skill, which will give him some protection from hits, while the Macy just doesn't have any type of protection or any form of healing. So yeah. And not to mention with the Cang do, you will be able to have a 120% spiritual pressure boost. But you can give his 40% spiritual pressure boost to the Macy as well, but that is taking up a link slot where you could put like a recharge link or a full stamina damage boost link there. Yeah, we did get inflicted with a status element, which is unfortunate. And that's another thing about the Macy. She's not immune to any status element, but the Cang dude is immune to the poison one. It's better to just have immunity to one instead of not having immunity to like any of them, in my opinion. Charge our gauge up a little bit. Okay, so that was a brief showcase of the units side by side. As for who's better, in my opinion, I mean, this is just me personally, I do like the Cang dude just because he just has a lot more. I mean, the Macy is good, but he has the gauge effect, which is able to give him Frenzy +3 while it's active, and because he already has Frenzy +2, he also does have the gauge Rampage skill, which will help him get his gauge a lot faster. He does have the 40% damage to frozen enemies. He does have that multi-barrier skill, which will help him, you know, just have some type of protection from enemies. He does have the increased status element chance and the status element spiritual pressure boost. I am biased to units that have these two skills just because it's a lot more consistent damage. Marauder's good as well, and you know, he is able to start off the gauge with 70% once he starts a mission, and he does, you know, get a 30% recharge when his gauge is activated. And he is immune to one status element at least, while the Macy isn't immune to anything. And that's not to say the Macy isn't good. She actually did really well inflicting status ailments. I mean, her strong attacks aren't that bad. They do have a lot of hits, and she does have that tracking SA2, which is pretty good as well. She does have damage to her status element. She has weakened defense built into her kit. And also, if you do give this unit weakened defense on her bonus abilities, it will stack with the one she has, and her soul bomb will just be hitting even harder. But no type of protection from enemies, no form of healing, and not immune to any status elements, which is really a pretty significant downside to this unit. But overall, she is good. So yeah, I do like the Cang dude better, but that's just my opinion. You might think differently. And so yeah, that is going to be it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed, and thank you for watching. And as usual, until next time.